right, thank you so much. And welcome to SkyWay Lofts, formerly 65 units, now 131 affordable housing units for our city's hardest working families. My name's Scott McDonald, the principal with Blue Sky Communities, and I want to welcome everyone here today. I'd like to start off by recognizing the dignitaries that are with us. Mayor Kenneth Welch. Council Chair Lizette Hanowitz. Councilman Mike Harding. And County Commissioner Renee Flowers. Is there anyone I missed? Okay, thank you so much. I'd like to invite our Vice President of Asset Management, Brad Bartlett, up, who's a veteran of the Army National Guard, to say the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Brad, thank you so much. The SkyWay Loft sits in the SkyWay Marina District, and I want to take a second and talk a little bit about the district before we get going. I think this area represents what can happen when state and county and city and local interest groups come together to really revitalize an area. Over the last 5 years since we first put a shovel in the ground across the street at SkyWay Lofts, the changes have been incredible. Thousands of units, improved transportation, commercial, like Zaxby's, a Starbucks, and a Sprouts Market. It's extremely exciting what's happened here. But I think what I'm most excited about is with all this growth, through the hard work of many people in this room, we've been able to preserve affordability in the SkyWay Marina District, and that's something we should all be proud of. And that's growth that's hopefully going to continue to happen, but the affordability will not be pushed out. The land under all three of these buildings will be affordable in perpetuity, and that's extremely exciting. The team that came together to make SkyWay Lofts occur is truly a public-private partnership, all the way from the federal level down to the city level, and there's a lot of people in this room without whom that could not have happened, and I want to thank them. St. Pete was really at the forefront of setting aside ARPA dollars to go towards affordable housing, almost $50 million, in fact. And Blue Sky was fortunate enough to be entrusted with 2 awards. The first was for Bear Creek Commons that we opened last year, and here at SkyWay Lofts Phase 2. I want to take a second and just thank the City of St. Pete and the staff, Rob Gertis, Amy Foster, Mark Van Loo, Avery Sliker, I think I saw, and the whole staff. The administration of federal funds and state funds that they take care of is a huge responsibility, and getting those dollars out the door to make sure that they go to work for the citizens of St. Petersburg. So I want to thank them so much for everything they do. And with that, I'd like to introduce our first speaker, Mayor Ken Welch.
Thank you, Scott. Good afternoon. How's everyone doing? What a fantastic day, and I'm so honored to be here. We prepare to cut the ribbon on 66 additional new affordable homes right here in St. Petersburg. Now, as Scott said, it wasn't that long ago when we cut the ribbon for SkyWay Lofts 1, and although I live in the neighborhood, I literally live 3 stop signs away. And although I lost my shortcut to Dunkin' Donuts, I was upset about that. But we were so excited to partner with Blue Sky and all the other partners to make this a reality. And as we finished SkyWay Lofts 1, we looked out at what was then a vacant lot, or was there, used to be a Ponderosa here back in the day, right, Commissioner? But we looked at this and we said, can we? And the answer is yes, we can, and yes, we did. Today we celebrate the completion of SkyWay Lofts 2, and this is an important moment for our city. As Scott said, it reflects the power of partnership and vision and intentional focus on the critical issue of truly affordable housing. As part of our city's Housing Opportunities for All program, the City of St. Petersburg is proud to invest $6.5 million to help turn this vision into a reality, and as Scott said, in perpetuity. I want to thank our council for your strong partnership. Thank you, Scott, for recognizing the best housing team in the business in our St. Pete housing staff. Y'all stand up. I want to identify you. Doctor, get up. I know you hate it. Where's Amy? Well, since you didn't stand, I have to call you out, Administrator Foster, as well. They just do such innovative work, and they're always focused on the goal. These 66 homes will serve residents, and you've got some information in your handouts. For residents earning between 22% and 80% of area median income. That is folks making $6.50 an hour up to $22 an hour. So that is real affordable housing right here in the midst of all this market rate development that we're seeing and proud to have. That means working families, seniors, and individuals who are essential to the strength and vibrancy of our community. SkyWay Lofts 2 was thoughtfully designed to meet real needs. These homes are both beautiful and functional. That's why I love working with Blue Sky. These homes are supported by amenities that truly enhance the quality of life, an outdoor play area, a library, and computer space, a fitness center, and bike parking. And the fact that this community is already at full occupancy shows how critical investments like this are and will continue to be. Across our city and county, we're seeing impactful housing projects take shape, and one thing they all have in common is partnership, and I want to end on this. SkyWay Lofts 2 is no exception. I want to thank Blue Sky Communities, the Pinellas County Housing Finance Authority, TD Bank, the Pinellas County Commission, the Florida Housing Finance Corporation, Raymond James Affordable Housing, and everyone who played a role in bringing this almost $25 million development to life. And so today we celebrate real progress, and tomorrow we will keep moving forward. And to the SkyWay Lofts 2 residents, welcome to your new home. We are St. Pete. God bless you.
Mayor, thank you so much for being here and being at phase 1 as well. So
I noticed you still have all your hair and no gray hair. I need your help.
if you look closely, there's a couple gray hairs that come in with every one of these projects. Before we move on to our next speaker, I want to take a second and acknowledge some of the private funders in the room that the mayor just mentioned. One of Blue Sky's core values is stewardship of public dollars, and we hold that near and dear to our hearts. And one of the ways that we do that is to leverage the public dollars that go into these communities with as many private ones as possible to extend how far those dollars go. Raymond James Affordable Housing Investments was responsible for purchasing the low-income housing tax credits that funded this property. Raymond James, obviously based here in St. Petersburg, they actually are officed in the same complex we are, and they are one of our most valued relationships. I was totaling it up, and we have now invested over $500 million together in affordable housing across the state of Florida. So, thank you. TD Bank was the investor through Raymond James, and they also provided the construction loan for SkyWay Lofts 2. And Raymond James Bank, another local institution, will provide the permanent loan that will remain with the property for the next 15 years. So thank you very much. Next up, we have newly elected Chair Hanowitz. And before I bring her up, I just want to thank her for the time she spent with me and the interest that she has shown in learning more about affordable housing so we can make a difference in this city.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. This is such a wonderful day today. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Mayor, for your leadership. And I must also thank my colleagues who are also the reason why you're here, because it doesn't just take one vote to make this happen. It takes a majority, and this was unanimous. And that is a testament to the work that Blue Sky Communities does in our community. The ribbon cutting, by the way, that was mentioned earlier, was one of my first ones as a city council member for Lofts. And this is one of the first ones I have as a city council chair. So it's especially meaningful to me. And I can't believe how lucky we are to have Blue Sky Communities in our community doing this meaningful work. It is a full circle moment and a reminder that progress happens in phases. And today's ribbon cutting marks a very special phase, one that brings people home. And as been mentioned before, we have 60 new affordable homes. That adds a total of 131 affordable units in the SkyWay Marina District, which has changed drastically since I first came to the first ribbon cutting, just like was mentioned. These homes are reserved for households earning less than 80% or less of the area median income and will remain affordable for perpetuity. And I have to emphasize that. Perpetuity. It means forever, a very long time. That permanence matters because public dollars are best invested in solutions that are built to last. So I'm very proud that the city of St. Petersburg stewarded $6.5 million of ARPA funds alongside with Pinellas County's $3.4 million in investment to bolster significant private and nonprofit financing of this $22.9 million project. Because when public, private, and nonprofit partners align around shared goals, we can actually deliver real outcomes. I want to thank Blue Sky Communities, the Pinellas County Commission, Pinellas County Housing Financing Authority, TD Bank, the Florida Housing Finance Corporation, and Raymond James for your partnership and dedication in bringing this project to life. We may be celebrating a building, but at the end of the day, this is about people, and it's about ensuring that individuals and families can afford to live in what they call their community, and this city, St. Petersburg. It's about creating stable housing to support stable lives. So congratulations to everyone that made this project a reality, and to the St. Petersburg residents who are going to call this their home. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'd like to take a second and talk a little bit about the team that came together to make this community a reality. Teamwork is another core value at Blue Sky, and that means not only our team within Blue Sky, but also the external partners that we work with. So the ones that came together for this property was civil engineer High Point Engineering. The architect was Place Architecture and Tim Clemens from St. Petersburg. General contractor Park and Eliezer. Landscape architect Dark Moss. And our sister company Carteret Property Management, who will really keep these buildings community assets for hopefully as long as Blue Sky owns them. And we have the utmost confidence that they will, because they have on every building that they've done that with in the city of St. Petersburg, and we're so thankful to call them our partners. And last but not least, I want to take a second and recognize the Blue Sky team. There's about 20 of us, and every single one of them has a hand in every project that we do, and it's truly an honor of mine to work beside you every day to create assets such as this. Before I introduce our last speaker, I just want to talk about Pinellas County a little bit further. As both the mayor and Chair Hanowitz stated, they invested $3.4 million of penny funds in SkyWay Lofts 2. That came in the form of $1.4 million for vertical costs and construction costs here, and $2 million for the purchase of the land underneath this building. And I want to take a second and thank the staff at Pinellas County, Bruce Bussey, Stephanie Raymond, and Sherry Harris that administered those vertical funds, and Catherine Driver, with the Pinellas County HFA, who administered the funds to purchase the land here. And with that, I would like to introduce Commissioner Renee Flowers.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm not going to recap some of the things that was said. They stole my thunder by sharing how much money we gave. You know, I could spend $1, can't I? But about 4 years ago, we were just across the street celebrating the number of units that were going to open over there so that residents would have a safe, clean, and affordable place to live, to call home. And today we have an opportunity to put into the fold 66 more units. And while we know that that does not put a significant dent in the needs of our community, we know that we are well on our way to make sure that we are working extremely hard to put a roof over the heads of those who not only want one, but deserve. I am so grateful for the Advantage Housing Pack that the city of St. Petersburg and other municipalities are a part of, along with the county. Instead of fighting over projects and fighting over land, we've come together and pooled our resources. And that's why just not long ago, you guys were up in Ridgecrest dedicating units for our senior population, who are also finding it very difficult to find a place to live and remain in our community. One of the other concerns that we've had is allowing individuals to stay in the heart of where they grew up at. Projects such as this, for individuals earning $16,000 a year. Wrap your head around that. $16,000 a year does not adequately take care of a family during these economic times. That's 22% of area medium household income that a person will be paying to live here in these particular units and the units that are to come. That is huge. I don't know if you've been able to grasp the significance of that. We're talking about people who are on Social Security. We're talking about families who receive SNAP benefits, temporary assistance to needy families, and are still working a 40-hour-a-week job just to make ends meet. I am forever and eternally grateful for the residents of Pinellas County who thought it not robbery years ago to vote for the Penny for Pinellas. We are doing exactly what we said we would do with your tax dollars. And that's important, especially in a time when individuals are looking for elected officials to keep their word, to be honest, and to be true to the residents who voted for them and put them in office. And I believe the partnership between the county and the city is strong. I am forever grateful for the city council members, as well as the mayor, all of the staff. I have to throw in a name, though he's not here, and that's Tom Almonte, who is over the housing department with the county. They knew that coming in, housing was my heart and soul. It has been for a long time, having grown up in Jordan Park and knowing what it is like to have people look down on you because you need a little help and a little support to be able to make your ends meet and have a place to live. So I don't want to forget him and the staff that's here from the county. Again, on behalf of myself, on behalf of Dave Eggers, who is our chair, and Commissioner Chris Latvala, our vice chair, Barry Burton, the administrator, and the remainder of my colleagues. Thank you all so very much. And I have to say, it is an honor for us to be able to be a part of Blue Sky Communities.
Thank you so much, Commissioner. And I want to thank you for highlighting something very important and kind of bringing it full circle to how we started talking about this project in this district. You know, Forward Pinellas and the city of St. Petersburg both worked hard to make sure that this district came to a reality, and the county was willing to step up here and put dollars into the city, and they continue to do that. And a lot of places that we work around the state, you don't see that kind of collaboration, and that's something that's incredibly important and valuable here, and I don't take for granted. So thank you very much. That pretty much concludes our presentation for today. I want to thank all the speakers and everyone in attendance for helping us celebrate today, and Before you depart, we will be cutting the ribbon out front, so I'd like to ask all of the speakers and dignitaries to join me out front. We have refreshments in the club room, and then we'll be gathering by the elevator to in case anybody wants to tour a unit. So thank you very much, and travel safe.